The more I write, the clearer I see the depths of my feelings, but exposing those feelings to anyone, especially you, seems like too much to bear. Maybe it's easier to keep them hidden, even though I know that's not where they belong. I wrote down everything I could never say aloud. It's all there on paper, raw and real. But the fear of vulnerability keeps me from showing you the truth. Will you see me for who I truly am? Or will you turn away from the parts of me I'm too scared to reveal? I keep my deepest thoughts locked away in the pages of a journal that only I can read. What would happen if I let you in? Would you run or would you stay? I don't know if I'm ready to find out. There's a part of me that wants to show you everything, but there's another part that tells me to stay silent. I'm torn between the desire for connection and the fear of rejection. The words I've written will stay with me until I can find the courage to share them. I write down my feelings because it's the only way I can make sense of them, but showing you those feelings feels too vulnerable. What if my words don't translate the way I hope? What if they scare you away? I've written down every moment I've felt love, pain, joy, and confusion. But none of those words are for you yet. I'm not sure if I'm brave enough to share them with you, or if I ever will be. I wish I could open my heart completely, but the fear of you seeing too much holds me back. What if you can't handle what's inside? What if you see me and think I'm too much to handle? So I keep it locked up, hidden away. I've written my heart out, but I'm not sure if the world is ready for it. What if my vulnerability makes me weak in your eyes? What if it changes the way you see me forever? So my words remain unsaid, untouched. Sometimes the hardest thing is not finding the words to say, but deciding if you're ready to hear them. I'm still waiting for the courage to show you the truth that I've written down so many times but never shared. Each word I write is a piece of me, but sharing them feels like stepping into a storm. What if you see me as weak, fragile, or too much to handle? The fear of judgment keeps me from showing you the parts of myself that matter most. I write to express what I can't say, but showing you my feelings feels like a risk I'm not ready to take. What if my truth is too much for you to bear? What if it changes everything between us? I've written down the truth I can't say aloud, but showing you those words means risking everything. Will you understand my pain, my joy, my love? Or will you turn away when you see who I really am? The words I write feel like a confession, a release of everything I'm too scared to say. But what if the truth pushes you away, or worse, leaves you indifferent? The fear of rejection keeps my true feelings locked away. I've written about my hopes, my fears, and my deepest desires. But the thought of sharing them with you makes my heart race. What if you don't see me the same way after reading them? What if it changes everything? I'm afraid that once my feelings are out in the open, they'll be misunderstood, misinterpreted, or even dismissed. So I keep them hidden, tucked away in my journal, where no one can judge them but me. The hardest part isn't writing down my feelings, it's deciding whether to let you read them. What if my vulnerability scares you away? What if my truth is more than you can handle, so my words stay hidden in the silence? I wrote down my thoughts because I needed to make sense of them, but now that they're written, I don't know if I'm ready to share them with you. What if my truth is too painful, too raw for you to accept? There's a part of me that wants to let you in, to show you the truth I've written down, but I'm afraid of what might happen if I do. What if it changes everything? What if it makes things worse? I've written about everything I feel, every fear and every hope, but the thought of showing you terrifies me. What if you see me differently? What if you can't handle my truth? The truth is, I'm scared. Scared of what might happen if you read my words. Scared of what you might think of me once you know everything. So I keep my feelings locked away, where they're safe from judgment. I've written my heart on these pages, but I don't know if I can ever share them with you. What if my feelings are too overwhelming, too intense, too much? What if they scare you away? The pages are full of what I feel, but I'm too scared to let anyone else read them. What if they see the parts of me that I'm too afraid to show? What if the truth is too much for them to handle? Sometimes writing feels like the only way I can express what's inside. But even when I have the courage to write it down, I can't find the strength to show you. What if the truth is too painful, too vulnerable? I penned my deepest thoughts in the quiet of the night, each word a piece of my soul. Yet the fear of being misunderstood keeps me from sharing them with you. If only you could feel the weight of every unsaid shavkard, every unspoken truth. The page knows my heart, my fears, and my longings. Yet I hesitate, uncertain if revealing them would bring the peace I crave or only stir up more turmoil. My true feelings remain hidden, waiting for the courage to be seen. I've written pages of what I feel, pages full of love, regret, and hope. But the thought of exposing my raw vulnerability scares me. What if the truth is too much for you to bear, or worse, too little for you to care? I carry my words within me, trapped between the lines of a paper that knows me better than anyone else. But the silence that surrounds me tells me I'm not ready to let you see what's truly inside. Maybe I'll never be. The fear of judgment and rejection has kept my heart locked in a cage of unsent letters, but the thoughts remain, restless and alive, begging for release, even if it means exposing the parts of me I've hidden for so long. I write to understand myself, to make sense of emotions that swirl within me. But each time I look at the words, I wonder if I'll ever have the courage to let them leave the page. My truth remains mine, for now, tucked safely in the corners of my journal. Every letter I write feels like a confession, a revelation of who I truly am. Yet I remain silent, too afraid to let you in. I wonder if you would see me for who I truly am, or if you'd run away from the truth I'm too scared to share. The words flow so easily when no one's around to hear them. But when it comes to showing them to you, I freeze. What if the truth is too raw, too much for you to handle? What if I'm too much for you? There's a part of me that's desperate to share everything with you, every thought, every feeling. But there's also a part of me that is terrified of what might happen once those words leave my lips. Maybe silence is safer after all. I can write about how much I care, about the depth of my feelings, but the fear of how it will be received keeps my words trapped inside. I'm stuck between wanting to be open and needing to protect myself from potential hurt. Sometimes the truth is easier to write than it is to say aloud. The pages hold my secrets, my deepest emotions, yet I can't find the strength to show you what's written there. Maybe one day, but not today. I've poured my heart into these pages, but the fear of rejection holds me back from sharing them with you. What if the truth is more than you bargained for? Or worse, what if it changes everything between us? I wrote you a letter once, but it remains locked away, unread. The fear of being too vulnerable, of giving you too much, stops me from ever handing it to you. Maybe I'll keep it hidden forever, a part of me that only I can truly understand. The things I write are raw, they're real, and they reflect who I am, but they're also terrifying. What if you see me differently once you read them? What if the truth pushes you away rather than bringing us closer? I've written down all the things I wish I could say, but the words feel too heavy to release. If I let them go, I fear they'll change everything, even though deep down, I know they're the only thing that could set me free. There's a certain kind of beauty in the words I've written. They tell the story of my soul, but they're also terrifying. To show you those words would mean exposing parts of myself that I'm still learning to accept. Every time I write, I reveal a little bit more of myself. But there's a limit to how much I'm willing to share, a line that I'm too scared to cross. The truth is there, on paper, waiting, but I'm still afraid to let it go. My feelings are written in ink, but they stay hidden behind closed doors. What would happen if you read them? Would you see me differently, or would you see the same me, just more exposed, more vulnerable than before? I write because it's the only way I can make sense of my emotions. But the act of showing you what I've written feels like stepping into a storm. I'm not sure if I'm ready to face what might come next, or if you'll be there to face it with me. I've crafted my feelings into words that are almost perfect, yet they sit in the dark, unread. What if the world sees them and doesn't understand? What if you don't understand? I'm not sure if I'm strong enough to take that risk. My words are a reflection of everything I am, yet I am too scared to let you see them. I fear judgment, rejection, and the possibility of not being enough, so they remain hidden, safe in the corners of my mind.